Hi, Julie Torrance here. Pull up your coffee. It's time to get back into the small acrylic art journal. So, pull some paints out of the what I call my bargain bowl. And I'm just got some basic colors. I've got blues, reds, a couple of different yellows, a couple of different greens. And what I was thinking, since I'm home on a snow day, I'm being facetious. What I was thinking is, if I had an Etsy store, I don't yet, someday, I would be working on spring. So I've got a couple of my Diane Reeveleys. I am going to start with them because they dry fast. They're nice bright colors, and I want to get a springy background. So I'm going to start with the yellow. Just add some. Now, my page has been prepped with gesso, so the paint shouldn't want to just sink right in. And I'm just going to use a baby wipe. This baby wipe's awful wet, so I'm just dabbing a little off here. And let's start moving this yellow paint around. So yes, snowing. And although right this minute, and it's about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, we haven't had enough of a significant snow that should be a big worry, but more is coming, and then it's going to freeze tonight. And I have a 50-mile drive to work in the pitch black dark. I've got some desert sand, just going to put a couple of dots, not too much. And I've got some mango punch, same thing. Has some paint on the edge. Let's just grab that paint. So yeah, too snowy, icy for me to do that kind of driving. I don't have a 4-wheel drive, and let's face it, I'm old compared to many. And so if I'm in some kind of trouble, I can't shovel myself out. And where I'm driving, yeah, I'm driving from city to city, but in between, out goes that. In between, it is pretty remote. So I've just got this brownish, orangish on the bottom, and I've got this yellow on the top because I wanted some brights in the background. So when I'm thinking of spring, and yes, I'm thinking of spring in this snowy day, because let's face it, this right now, it's the last week in in January of 2023. It's like, I don't know, I want to say it's the 25th of January. And so people are already thinking about decorating and stuff. This is titanium white, and it's who is this company? System 3 by De La Rowney. So I've got that titanium white. So yeah, it's time to think of spring. I've already did a Valentine's Day page in here, and I think Valentine's Day should be in the store out there, because people who are going to be doing projects for Valentine's Day, they've already started. So with that nice big blob, let's get a couple of colors out here. I've got some pink, and let's get it open. There we go. See if I can, yay, get some of this on here. This is getting low. Good. Means I have to maybe buy some more. And I'm going to move these Reevely paints out of the way. I'm not going to be using them anymore. I'm going to get some blue. And this is an ultramarine blue. It's just a generic, got it from Amazon, kind of a acrylic paint, but it was on practically a giveaway sale. And I've got this yellow ochre color, which could be pretty, but all of these I'm planning to mix with white. So something springtime, something floral, something hopefully pretty. All right, I got that big brush. I've got this littler brush. I'm going to wet it, and I'm going to just dab it off because I don't want my acrylic paints to just sink into the brush. I'm going to take some of this white, and I'm going to take some of this pink and mix them together. I like that color. It's just a real pale pink. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a little more pink, and I'm going to just make some a little less white. Good. So kind of a medium and then a light color. All right. Let's get some, maybe some bigger flowers up here. That's a pretty color. You can see just how easily I'm laying these in here. This is not hard. But I'm really, believe it or not, I'm kind of excited about starting some springtime stuff. I'm going to mix up a little bit more of this. Put one here. So what's on your work table? What's on your agenda? Have you started some springtime projects? Are you thinking about it? Maybe some plans for home decor, or maybe you're going to be throwing a birthday party this spring. Any number of things, right? And I think I'm going to put one more, but it's going to be one of these more sideways ones. This one over here and one over there. Oh, I like this. I like this. And you know, I'm kind of a bigger, bolder girl, but when it comes to color, you know, brighter and all, and for me to be thinking about pastels, it is a little unusual. Just gonna see, the yellow is definitely shining through. Not that I mind, but I still got some more of this paint on the palette, so we can just beef these up a little bit. Now the yellow may not have been completely dry, and I'm not worried about that. I'm doing acrylic on top of acrylic, and so having the paints mix up a little bit together doesn't bother me, and having, that came a little bit too light. Well, yeah, that's lighter. That's okay. Yeah, working acrylic on top of acrylic, pardon me, it's not as worrisome as if you were taking an alcohol marker on top or something like that, where you really have to just pause and give it some dry time. All right, I like those three little flowers. I think they're great. I'm gonna rinse my brush out, and that's gonna give them just a little chance to dry. I do have a 2-container system because I really like to get my brushes clean and to kind of know that they're clean. They it can really save you in the long run. Now this paint looks lighter than it ends up on a piece of paper. I don't know what it is, but it's a Heidi Swap color, and I think it's just called green. Let's see. Green. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I'm just going to put a little dab of that on there. I'm going to leave it dark in comparison because I'm going to make some leaves that are more towards the back. So same brush, and the brush I'm using is a praying brush. It came in student watercolor, but it's really not an excellent watercolor brush, but for acrylics, I think it's just fine. So I'm going to just add some leaf shapes. This is not a particularly opaque paint. Doesn't surprise me. Most of these paints that are in my bargain bowl, no matter what they say, as far as if they're opaque, they're not. And I gotta tell you, some of my Liquitex, high dollar, they're not always as opaque as you might be thinking based on what they say as far as its opacity. Let me get some more leaves. So have you been doing some art journaling, or have you been maybe making a junk journal? Maybe you're going to go somewhere this spring. Maybe you need to make a traveler's journal. Well, that would be fun. I just made a journal today. Not a traveling journal. I really don't have any travel plans right now. I don't think I will this spring. But on Treasure Books, the woman who does that channel is Natasha. She did a journal. It's not a recent video. I will try to remember to link it. If I don't, tell me in the comments. But all using a 6x6 pad. Well, I just had a project and I bought some 12x12s and I have leftovers, so I just cut those into 4 and I followed her directions. Didn't quite get it the way she did. I tell you, she has that real perfection quality that I don't have. And I never have. That's why I never was good at doing sewing, making my own clothes. I never had that ability to get all my measurements just right and ease things into existence just right. Never have. Okay, I like these leaves. I'm going to add some more, but I'm going to add some white to my green here and see if we can work up a pastel green. Pretty good. It's almost awfully yellow. I think what I'm going to do, see if I can wring my brush out a little bit here, is I'm going to touch the blue. Oh, there. I don't want any more of that green in there. A little more white. Today I'm mixing heavy, like using up a lot of paint. And it's because I think this paint is softer than what I've been using for a long time. And because it's a little more fluidy than the ultra thick paints that I've been, I'm just using too much. I'm just going to dab that pink off on a towel I have at the side. All right, let's see what this does. Enough mixing, enough talking. Let's get some action. I'm going to make some more of these long leaves. It's an interesting color. I like it. Yep, I like it. I do have a wedding that I wasn't expecting to go to. I mean, I know the groom's mom. She's my best friend. But I really don't know the groom. He is even kind of in between where, obviously he's not my generation and yet not the generation of my son either. Or maybe just not in the same place. My son was married when he was 25, and this young man is just in his 30s. And so just he just wasn't in a time and a place where he was interactive with my son, or up until recently he wasn't even really living where I was living. Now he's back living where I just moved from. So anyway, all that because I am looking. I do have to spend the night where I'm at, but I wouldn't call it traveling. But to get to a wedding early in the morning and be all dolled up for that as as best as I can, and then to I'm going to add another color. I just want to change this green up a little bit to add a different kind of leaf. And so I think what I'm going to add is maybe some yellow to it, this yellow ochre color, and see what we get. I think we're still in the lights, in the pastels, that kind of thing. All right, I'm going to get some of those little viney leaves here and there, some places. But I've already got my hair appointment so that I'm ready that way. And so that's what I'm thinking about for spring. That's in the first week in May that I'll be doing that. It's kind of fun. I mean, well, it's very fun. And it's kind of exciting. I'll be spending the night in a hotel. That's always kind of fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it in my own kind of humble way. Some of these, where it's on top of a lighter leaf, it doesn't show as much, but that's really okay. Yeah, those are fine. Okay, I want one more kind of a leaf of some sort, maybe more of a fat, roundy leaf. And so I'm going to maybe just take everything I've got, mix it all up over here, and call that a new color. It will be different. A little heavy-handed today with my paints, but that's all right. Okay, let's just see. Is this going to be different enough? Well, we'll give it a try. I'm going to kind of try to wring out my brush. I'm just kind of twisting it and wringing it out. I got a little pink in there again, but I'm not going to worry about it. All right, now, some kind of roundy leaves. When I'm working in this journal, I do tend to have a harder time seeing what you see. I'm too close. This is one of those times where I have a feeling I'm going to be looking at the editing and saying, it's as big as the nose on your face. You should have put something here. You should needed something there. Well, hindsight. Another one. Now these roundy leaves, the closer I get to the ground, the bigger I'm making them. And the higher up, the smaller I'm making them. Okay, we can always add some more. We probably will. But I think right now we're doing pretty good for the leaf department. Maybe Maybe here. Running right off the page. Even a bigger one here. Maybe make it this way. I'm just seeing more places that seems like they would benefit from a leaf. Okay, now another kind of a flower. Switching up brushes, I really want to get this one rinsed out well. Sorry for the noise. Okay, now, let's see. I've got that blue. I'm going to add some more white to this palette. Paint is really creamy. Almost like it's even would be too thin if I was making a frosting. All right, just a little bit of this blue because it's strong. Okay. Good. Now, some of those kind of chrysanthemum looking flowers. So I like to just start with some lines. Little knobs at the end. Now, this is not hard. You can do it. And we're just having fun in our art journals. Something that I hope you get to try to do at least every day. And if you don't get into your art journal, at least get some art in your life. Maybe reading an art book or watching a video. Although you can watch videos all day and all night, you have got to put brush to paper or something if you plan on coming up with some art on your own. You cannot just watch videos but not practice. It doesn't work that way. Couple more. Do another one that's sort of not facing us. Little bit shorter. Yep. Very nice, very nice. Maybe a bud. Another bud. All right, now rinsing the brush out good. I want to add now more white and go just a little bit lighter. A little more. And put another row in. Is it looking like springtime colors to you? I hope so. I really do think of spring when I see pastels. And I've seen people do pastel Christmases, pastel. Never saw Halloween pastel-y, but I've certainly seen other holiday winter, just a winter theme. And it was all pastel, light blue, light gray. Yes, I have. And it always has a whisper of spring when I see that. When I think about true spring flowers, I think about the bulbs, tulips and irises and those, what are those things called? Daffodils? Is that the ones? The yellow ones? The grape hyacinths. I love those. They're tiny, but oh, they come poking up in the snow just like crocuses, and they're almost that little flower that helps you have some hope that spring is coming even though you're wearing a winter coat and scraping your car every morning. I just love them. How we doing? All right, lighter yet. I'm bringing some white over to a spot that I haven't even used yet. And I'm just going to add a touch of this mixture. But I want it more white than anything for the last row. Well, I don't know if it's the last row, but I'm thinking it is. We'll see. Are you expecting any tulips, or did you plant any bulbs in the fall? Where I live, I don't have a garden to myself. I know my daughter-in-law has some bulbs that she'll be looking for to come up. Where I live, they have a bunch of those little daffodils, and I don't remember seeing any tulips last year, but it seems like there was some other little somethings. No crocuses. A lot of the houses that I see as I drive just in my day-to-day living, they had an awful lot of beautiful, very beautiful spring gardens. Okay, those are looking just fine to me. Now maybe some kind of a purple. Let's see. I've got all this pink. I wonder if I've got this purple, and this is the one that they put the label over the name. I don't know the name of it. But if I just add a touch of it and then mix it in with that pink, let's see what that does for us. Another big blob here. There we go. That looks like a springtimey color. It is rare, wouldn't say never, but it's rare that I would buy any pastel paints, because if you've got titanium white, you're really okay. You don't necessarily need to go with buying a lot of pastels. Now, titanium white's not free. So, you know, if I'm at one of those stores with a bargain bucket of paints, sometimes any tube in this bin for $1 kind of thing. Oh yeah. Especially if it's one of those that's in kind of the turquoise family. I just am not good at mixing teals or turquoises. It escapes me. I just can't get it. I end up with a whole paper plate full of paint. But after all that, I might get a little turquoise, but it won't be much. Just a big paper plate full of nobody can identify the color. I'm making a few of these little purple flowers, not facing us, but facing more the sun. Are you getting a spring vibe yet? Is this painting in my little acrylic art journal, is it speaking to you some spring? I hope so. Hope so. It is to me. I know if we've used colors like this since we've been getting together on YouTube, I don't remember it. Refresh my memory. But it's a nice change. It is. Okay, maybe a few more of these guys. Back before I sold my house, I had a ground cover. I want to say it may have been called Verbena. It was a hardy ground cover. You could even step on it. Oh, you would be able to tell you stepped on it, but you wouldn't kill it. And every once in a while, I just took the hedge trimmers to it. But it was a cool ground cover. But it would get these little purple flowers, and I just loved them. A couple times a year, usually. I'm running one right off the page here. I like to do that. I like it when a painting goes off the edge. All right, now maybe just a couple of little buds. Very good. Okay. Now, those chrysanthemum-y guys. Let's get my brush cleaned off here. And I'm going to use practically pure white and get one last row. I like it. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Now, what I think I want is a yellow for centers, but maybe these pink guys, maybe they have just a little something else in them. Maybe I've got still some of that pink. Maybe just a little bit of this pink. My brush has got some water. Let me just, there. I don't want to have water dripping. Maybe just like this. Like that. One more. Okay. I may just go around them again. Yeah, so I made a journal today with Natasha from Treasure Books. Oh my. I'll show it to you guys if you're interested. Let me know in the comments. I am going to start working on some ephemera for it, you know, tags and stuff. And I thought we might do that together. That could be fun. But it's a little wonky. Oh. Is there anything that you like to do, even if you don't really do it exactly what you would consider done well? Oh, there's all kinds of stuff in art that I feel that way. I really do. Okay, I've got this plain, no, this is not plain yellow. This is yellow ochre. I knew I picked a plain old yellow. Sorry for my arm. There we go. Lemon yellow. Okay. Now this is not going to be as lemon as that paint that we started out with, that light. And here, it just kind of blurped out. That's what it looks like. So I want to find some white. This white is into the green. So we can leave that green behind and just grab some of this white. I get some more. There's more. Go away. There we go. Some more white somewhere else on this. I hate to squeeze out more white. It seems like I've squeezed out a lot of white as it is. Okay, let's just see what this is going to do. Fine. That is just fine. And I'm not making a circle. I'm doing the, you know, kind of a starry pattern, center out kind of thing, because I don't want it to look like exact like that. Okay, I'm just not going to rinse my brush off, but I'm going to go into the yellow now and just whatever's left in my brush, and that's going to be the color. I'm going to put it in the violet little flowers, these little purple guys. It's still snowing right now. And it's not like when we had those blizzards. We don't even have that kind of warnings. We just have some kind of weather advisory. But when it's at it all day long, it becomes significant. And the further south you go, here where I live in Western Michigan, the further south you go today, the more there's going to be. This is the same storm that was tearing up the south the, Texas and, well, I guess it's in Georgia today, and the panhandle of Florida. It's doing some damage, and it's that same system that's coming after us here right now. Okay, that's looking pretty good. All right, rinse the brush. Now I would like to make some green stems. So I'm going to get one of my smaller brushes, and I'm just going to start laying in, I'm going to wet it, start laying in some stems, and I'm just going into wherever I've got this green paint that is not completely dry. I'm going to add a little water because I want to get a little bit of a smoother line if I can. Not my specialty, that's for sure. All right, let's see what we can do with this. And we'll put one here. We'll bring one down here. This would have a heavier stem. Maybe we'll bring it down here. Kind of vanish that way. That looks okay to me. A little more water. Okay. I'm going to put a little like that. Can't even really see that, but it's okay. I think I got all those buds. And that can just disappear like that. Alrighty. Now, I'm going to take this green and give it some of this blue. And I'm going to put some little leaves just around these little purple guys. How's that look? I'm leaning back. Okay, I'm going to add a few more. I like the way this dark is looking. I think I could quickly overdo it. So I do want to be careful. Leaning back again. Yeah, looking good. Okay, gonna just pump those up a little bit. All right. All right. Now, let's just see about giving this a little boost with the Poscas. All right, getting the Poscas and lighter green. Well, we just were goofing with the green, so let's leave that for a minute. How about the pink? I'm going to turn this around so I'm not dragging my arm through. And I think I'm just going to give these guys a little outline. I like that. And this girl here. I like that. Now these blue ones, I think I'm just going to take the blue and do like that. I think that adds a little spark, don't you? Okay, that looks good. And now those purple ones. I don't want to lose the spring kind of a feel, but I'm okay to add just a little bit of this kind of a highlight. Did I get too quiet? I'm sorry. I'm just concentrating on the Posca. There, did I get all the purples? No. Were you telling me about this one? There, I think I got all the purples. I think I'm just going to add No, I'm going to wait. Okay, let's see. Maybe I'm going to add, though, in here, a few purple dots. I like that. All right, I definitely want something in the middle of the pink guys. And I think I'm just going to give them some orange dots. I like that. And then the last is the yellow. Now, if you've been hanging in with me this far, oh, look, then you must like my content. And I'm so grateful that you're here. So please, won't you consider hitting the thumbs up for a like and subscribing. My channel is newish. I'll be a year in the end of March that I've been doing this here on YouTube. And so I am looking to try to get 1,000 subscribers, and I'm not even at 500 yet. So if you'd consider subscribing, and if you enjoy this, you can ring the bell, and then you'll be notified anytime that I am uploading another video. But it really helps our channel so much if we can get those likes and subscribes. And leave a comment. Let me know what type of art you enjoy. What would you like to see more of on the channel or less? We're going to be working on some journals, that's for sure. What do you think? I think I'm going to put a few brown dots in the yellow. Well, did we succeed in feeling like spring? And did we get the pastel look going on? I'm gonna put a few birds in. This is a bigger bird. Just like that. He's a little lopsided. Okay. That corner just looked like it needed a little something. And let's get my name on here. Thank you so much for watching my little springtime acrylic in my small journal. We'll do a little flip through this pretty soon because we're coming up on the halfway point of this book. In the meantime, please consider liking, subscribing, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. Bye now.